The Nigerian football fans and football fans everywhere. Yes, another Nigeria-eligible player signs for Rangers, Glasgow Rangers. His name is Emmanuel Fernandez. He's a central defender, very agile, very quick. For a centre back, he has good range of passing, so he's a phenomenal talent. And hopefully, he goes to Rangers and shows what he's all about. So he leaves the Posh or Peterborough where he used to play, and now he's signed for Rangers. So let's see what he does there. This is a good move for the player because I think sometimes you may want to go too quickly, progress too quickly, and I think the Scottish League is a good level for him to show what he's all about. So really happy for the player, and this is another one where I would say what I usually like to say. The NFF, keep an eye on this player because I think some people or some reports have said he is a replacement for Leon Balogun. I think he's slightly better than Leon Balogun was at this age, at this stage of his development. Now, if he was to play for Nigeria, because obviously he has both Nigerian and English nationalities, so therefore he's eligible to play for either one of them. If he was to play for Nigeria, I think he would be, one amongst many that would be very good replacements for William Chus Ekong maybe in a couple of years' time. But right now, I'm not saying get him into the national team instantly. What I'm saying is, Nigerian Football Federation, keep your eyes peeled on the player. Watch his development because I think he is a very, very good player, a very special talent. Not world class by any stretch of the imagination, but he is a solid, decent player, and one that should be monitored, in my opinion, because the centre back position, like I've been saying, we have to look for ways to replace the likes of William Chus Ekong because he's gradually coming towards the end of his career. He said it already, that this AFCON later on this year, 2025, will be his last, tournament for his last AFCON for the Super Eagles, and that goes on to mean that if Nigeria indeed qualifies for the World Cup, it would be his last tournament overall for the Nigerian Super Eagles. So that's one I think everyone should keep an eye out on for. And then talking about another defender, he is a right back, and we all know him. Used to play for QPR, and then he went on to play for Fenerbahce in the Turkish league under Jose Mourinho. And now he, after contract negotiations, sort of stalled and wasn't seeming to go anywhere between himself, his reps, and Fenerbahce. He's now left to Birmingham City. So he signed a deal with Birmingham City. He's now a new player for the club. Another one that I would say we should just look at because for me, his time at the Nigerian Super Eagles hasn't really. It's a mixed bag for me. Came with a lot of potential. Came with I won't say furore, but came with a lot of value. People looking at him and say, okay, he's the next one, he's the next big thing, and he did show some flashes here and there. But a mixture of having Ola Aina, one of the best right backs in the world, and I'll say maybe the second, third, or even I'll say right now he is the best right back in the Premier League up until Reece James comes back to retain his throne. But for me right now, Olaina is the best right back in the Premier League. So a combination of Olaina playing the same position that he plays for the Nigerian Super Eagles, for the national team of Nigeria, and his own sort of poor form, each time he's worn the jersey of the Nigerian Super Eagles, sort of dampened all the excitement I know I had when initially he decided to play for Nigeria. I know some people say, oh, this is what nationality like talking about. Oh, you can see Bright Osayi-Samuel hasn't quite kicked on for Nigeria, but you still have to go to that pool. Still have to go to that pool. If you have a grassroots player, a player who has grown from Nigerian grassroots and hasn't really made it, that's his personal business. He can be dropped. You can go on to get, a player still from the grassroots that will come on and perform still. So let's not make too much about that. But happy that he's finally got his affairs sorted out. Maybe some can say possibly that had some impact in his, I wouldn't say poor form, but less than impressive form for the Nigerian Super Eagles. But now that he's got his deal done, dusted, signed, sealed, and delivered with Birmingham City, maybe he gets his head back in order. And when he gets to play for Nigerian Super Eagles, if and when he gets the opportunity to play, I hope he comes good for his own sake at least. Because for one, Olayina, one of the best right backs in the world, and I think Nigeria as well should be looking for right back replacements or right back backups for Olayina, because that right back spot is where Nigeria seems to have a lot of issues, because the left back spot is sealed. You've got Bruno Yimachi, who is the A1, and then you've also got Felix Agu, who is A2, in my opinion, because I don't see Bruno Yimachi that much better than Felix Agu. In fact, I think Felix Agu is that just a wee bit better technically than Bruno Yimachi. But Bruno Yimachi, the thing he has about him is that he's just an attacking machine. Going forward, he just keeps going. He can keep going for the full 90 minutes non-stop. So you have that zone down, and then you've got two others. Like there's one I mentioned that is almost certain to join Atalanta, and that is Honest Ahano. So he's almost set to join Atalanta. So there's another left back option that Nigeria can look at, and some player as well in Werder Bremen that I'll keep to my chest, because I'll be doing the video on where we're focusing on the player on this channel. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. But the right back slot, that right back position, you have Olayina as the number one right back. Right now he's 28 years old, so that means maybe he gets to play the next World Cup 29. When the upper World Cup comes around, he'll be way into his 30s, so you don't want him to be the only right back. So maybe Bright Osayi-Samuel comes good, for Birmingham City. Wish him nothing but the best. So what are your thoughts and opinions on all this we've said so far? On in today's video, what your take on Emmanuel Fernandez that's just signed a deal with Glasgow Rangers in Scotland? So what are your thoughts about him? Do you think he is a player that you would want to keep an eye on? Do you think he's a player that you think can have an impact with the Nigerian Super Eagles, or is a player that you would love to do some research about on your own? So, and then Bright Osayi-Samuel, what do you make of his deal to Birmingham City? So at this point, I've come to the end of this video, and I'll see you in yet another video. But before I go, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and share this video to people you feel will love content like this. So I'll see you in another video. Stay well, stay blessed. Bye bye.